Hi, my name is Andrew Deck. I'm a violinist. I've played for over 30 years. I played classical, but I played a lot of non-classical stuff. I play in a country band called Crazy X, and I'm here to show you a violin that I just got. The company is called Kinglos, and they are out of Shanghai. They've been operating since 2009. They have a pretty wide variety of electric violins, cellos, basses, and custom products that they'll make just for you. I acquired this when I answered a Facebook comment they left on Electric Violin Forum. And they said, "Hey, we're looking for some people to show off this violin." And I said, "Sure, let me send you a couple of videos." And here it is in the mail. So this doesn't happen very often, and I'm really excited to show this to you. So the violin that I have right now is called the Kinglos Dove. You get it for $628 for this galaxy color, or $648 for special colors. Seems like they can make just about any color. So what you get when you order one, you get a case. It's a pretty lightweight case, but it'll work. You get a shoulder rest, you get a quarter-inch cable, and you get a bow. And so that's basically everything you need except the amp. It's made out of solid maple. The scale is the same as that of a classical violin, so it's going to feel just about the same dimension-wise. However, one really important thing that I noticed, the first thing I noticed when I picked it up, is it is light as a feather. It weighs less than 1.5 pounds, which is great, which made it out of solid maple. How they did that, I couldn't tell you that, but when you put it on your shoulder, it really doesn't feel like you're holding very much at all. So that's really nice. So one of the biggest components that people worry about when they're looking at an electric violin is the pickup, because on an acoustic violin, a lot of your tone comes from the body of the instrument, but on electric, we don't have that body. It's not there. So what gets the vibrations of these strings into the amp is this pickup. And so they have their own custom active pickup. And what active means is that it takes a battery, but you can do more things with it. And the biggest thing that they can do, you have this dual pot or potentiometer, dual pot, uh, volume and tone. So this bottom one is the volume. Get a little closer. The volume, you turn it up and down, and it will kind of stop in the middle, which is nice. So when you're doing a sound check, you go at 50%. You may need to go up or down a little bit, but you got something to find. The top one is tone, which is great, because if you feel just like, man, I'm just a little pitchy or a little tinny, I can turn it down to bass. Or I'm just not popping out in the mix very much, I'm going to turn it back up to treble and enjoy that. So that's really nice. It's important to know it does require a 9-volt battery. So one of the downsides of that is you got to change it before it goes out, and that's just true for any active pickup. And it doesn't come with the battery when it ships. Something about shipping, I don't know much about shipping there, but they can't send a 9-volt battery. Something else I noticed, the fingerboard, it's kind of soft. I can push down on that. That's a little unusual. And I asked them about it. They told me that the fingerboard is made of a different type of ebony. This ebony comes from Myanmar. Something about shipping restrictions, but it is ebony, and it feels like a fingerboard. Everything about the violin feels like a violin. So that's really great. All right, here's the violin plugged into my amp. I'm going through a Helix LT, but I got no effects. I got a little bit of EQ just to balance out my amp. So here's what the violin sounds like with nothing at it, pretty much. This time, I'm going to add probably about the most common effects that I see. There's reverb and delay. See what it sounds like there. Here's one of my favorite effects. It's distortion. I don't get to use it very much because there's usually already a guitar player on stage, but here's what it sounds like on a Kinglos Dove. With the Kinglos Dove, you can play like other people, or if you want to, you can make your own style. Here's something I've been working on for a pretty long time. I'm using a tiny bow. Let me get this closer to the camera. This is my tiny bow. It's got bass black bow hair on one side and white violin hair on the other side. And I'm going to be using that on the Kinglos Dove with wah and a chopping technique kind of made famous by Tracy Silverman. So this is what it sounds like when you want to make your own sound. All right, everybody, that's my review for the Kinglos Dove. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Check out the links in the description for their page and the page on this exact violin. You could have one just like it. It's a great starter electric violin that feels and plays like a higher level violin. If there's any question, leave some in the comments and I'll be happy to answer.